guys, I am back. I am here. What's up, Dandy? I have the ministry on for right now. There's actually going to be live primary today for Florida that we can kind of just go over and watch through, guys. But for
that you
now,
used
we're
to
watching
have. I want to
him.
get more. I'm gonna actually order more.
How are you doing tonight?
So
Had a crazy couple days, guys.
don't you guys like how clear the stream is right now?
On Thursday,
It's like HD.
right when I came off of the live, my internet went out and it was out all the way to Sunday. Kind of sucked because I was like, because I was so excited to go live on Friday and I'm like, no. Kind of sucked, but thankfully it got fixed Sunday. They were like, oh, it might get fixed on Tuesday, and I'm like, oh, really? So I was so happy that it got
Romans
fixed
either. Yeah,
on
it's a good
Sunday.
ministry,
So I'm like,
Dan,
all right.
when there's no
Woo.
Romans. It's always a good ministry when there's no trouble.
And I'm assuming the reason it took long was because the fact that we had a lot of storms coming through, so they probably couldn't.
I always hope for it.
Like fix it because they would every time a big storm came through, they had to stop.
A little bit because I'm
and
like,
then
dang,
they
you're
would have to
messing
wait for
me
the
up.
storm
You're messing
and then
up my.
go through again. That's my assumption.
You're messing up the flow, and people be like, "That's all I see is the Romans be called on you," and this and that. Because
what's
that's
crazy
what
is
comes.
what's his name? Iron Infantry actually wanted me to go live with him, where I guess we would do like maybe like a Zoom kind of thing. I don't know.
Centurions.
But again, unfortunately, my internet was down.
How do you say
so
your username? 4026. Because I call you Chris, but him, hi, me.
It's not the Centurions. It's the Praetorians.
Something.
That's what I thought of right now. Because I heard him say it, but it made me think of what is that? The Net with Sandra Bullock. That was the name of the bad guys that were in there. That were
a casino trip.
Going after, I guess, the government. They're like having like secret back doors and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, we're just chilling, waiting to see if Kornacki goes live, so we can kind of chill with that and see what's going on, But yeah, crazy day. Did you guys get to see the thing that was happening with Simple when he was on Jubilee? Oh my god, it was so funny. I was getting so annoyed watching that because the questions that these
they promise
supposed moderates or progressives ask, it's like it was beyond stupid questions, and they wouldn't even let you talk. They just reminded me of the lefty loonies who think if they yell louder or if they just talk really fast and not just get a word in edgewise, oh my god, they won because you couldn't answer the question.
Man. I'm very satisfied with
how are
ministry
you tonight?
Roberto, he could have I think Roberto feels like he did something and God won't forgive him. And I think that's what he was hiding.
I watched it. I watched the whole thing because I was watching the Officer Tatum one, and then I watched the Temple one.
That he felt embarrassed
because he couldn't read. But the Temple one, it's like it's funny because the people on the left like to call Temple right-leaning, and the people on the right call him left-leaning or middle of the road because he doesn't agree with a lot of the right's policies. So neither party likes him. But if you've ever watched his show, he does have the majority of his views are middle of the road, like old school liberal, where some views do kind of go to the right, but I think that's because of the shift of the pendulum. So it moved all these middle of the ground people to the right because they went way too far.
Did he smell of alcohol?
But it was a pretty good one.
He didn't. I think that's just.
But I hope you guys are having a good night. I see that Cindy Lou was online earlier today. She was on Arturo's stream, so I was excited because I know she was waiting for her power to get back on. She's in Indiana, and I think her whole state was almost out. It was crazy. And I think she had told me that they weren't going to fix herself till Friday. I was like, ooh, that sucks. From last week to now, to Friday, wow. But we're just kind of hanging out with him, waiting to see if we. It's a
7-second delay. I just counted it. So from the moment you put it on the chat, 7 seconds delay that I'll see it.
We're gonna watch that then. I just read it. I'm like, wait a minute.
That means that that's the shortest time that I'm going to get with you guys. Yeah, I believe I got through to him a lot. It definitely was some good content. Definitely was good.
Really was so excited because I wanted to see the primaries. I'm always so curious on who would win.
And I hope Aunt Colleen saw the Bible go out. And the most Bibles I can carry, guys, is 3. I can't carry no more than 3. You know, the Bibles are heavy. It depends on how heavy it is. I was able only to get 1 out tonight.
And remember, guys, if you guys have like any breaking stories, you're more than welcome to drop it in the chat.
The fact that
and we can
a
check
lot of
it
people
out.
wanted one was amazing.
With different videos.
This lady wanted a children's Bible, so we got to order to go. You know, we got to get a children's Bible for her.
We'll see.
So.
But yeah, that was my
my
lovely
we're gonna
weekend.
Get these people their Bibles.
I was like throwing back into
yes,
what
3 is a good number. That's right.
Almost like
I love 2.
I like the way
go for 3.
Cindy put it. She was bagged into the little house of prairie. I think I was like almost
now,
there.
There's 2 people that
which is funny.
I know who are in Bayonne.
Weird when you don't have internet
and I told them I'm here.
See people like kind of going crazy because they don't know what to do because everything's on your phone and you're just like, I don't want to be on my phone this whole time. I can't watch TV because everything's streamed. So we had to bust out our old like Blu-rays and DVDs to watch. What's up, Worthy? How are you tonight?
But I don't know if I sent it correctly.
I missed you guys, to be honest. I was so excited to come back on here.
You send it through the website.
Man,
you go to contact.
I miss these guys. I wonder what they're up to. You guys always have great conversations and awesome topics.
Put our website on the
chat. I was like, man. So I had to kind of live vicariously through like Unfiltered, Iron Infantry, and Arturo streams and just see what y'all were up to. Okay, I'll stop talking, guys.
That's how you.
I'm just so excited.
That's how you get in contact with us.
Having a great night.
Through there.
And I know, at least for me, I don't think I have any more storms coming through, which is good. And we're getting into the fall weather. Today was kind of cold. Yeah, it looks like so far this week I'm in the clear, no rain.
Last time I was here was 3-0.
Good.
What's today? 17th? Last time I was here was March 8th.
Hanging out with Iron Infantry for now.
So as you can see, I don't get around as much as I used to.
I have some stuff planned for us. Some fun stuff. We're just hanging. I don't know what he was doing. Like, I was watching some of the stuff and before I jumped on here. It looks like he was preaching for a bit, but it looks like now he's kind of just on his way home, maybe? I see a lot of like YouTubers do this where they kind of just travel and show you kind of like a vlog what they're up to. Let's see. We could go at something for now since this is what he's doing. I'll keep an eye just in case anything exciting happens with him. But we could go on and watch some other stuff. So we'll go with this. This actually came out and I was just so curious about it. Because you know how I love conspiracies and talking about aliens and everything. Well, this is in regards to the Pentagon releasing a 5th batch of UAP files. So I wanted to kind of jump into this one. I love talking about aliens, guys.
And tonight, another big drop of declassified UFO UAP files from the government. And if you watch the show, you know how frustrating it is when a lot of these videos are released with no context. And yes, once again, we are seeing videos today without the government telling us what it shows or what this thing is in a canyon or what that thing is. All we know is that it was recorded by a government platform or a cell phone. There's no answer on what it is. Maybe this is a drone. Maybe it's a balloon floating around. And it's not just this video. There are other videos too, some of them taken over water. But there is one case finally that has some actual interviews with the crew attached. It is pretty wild. And here is how this story goes right here. In 2021,
and then you have like a lot of
ship was flying over the Gulf of Oman. It dropped some sort of flare. into the water for target practice, right? Well, the report says that when the flare touched the water, the weapons officer looks at it with a sensor. They see these two small
Now, do you
orbs
guys believe in
hovering over the
aliens?
flare for
I'm
about
just curious
15
on some of
seconds.
you
So what do they
guys,
decide
because
to
I know
do?
like the old
They
crew that
pull
was
the trigger.
originally with me,
They
a lot
pull
of them
that trigger,
kind of go
and
back
the
and
crew,
forth.
the
So
officer
for all the
says
newbies,
that
do you
in
guys
between the
believe
trigger
in
pull
aliens?
and the recoil, the UAPs fly away, and from that
Like,
point,
I'm like
it is on. The
on the
crew starts
fence.
to see
Like a part of me
25
feels
or
like
more of
I
these
don't think we'd be the only
cold
people like
orbs flying
out
around as
there,
they
because if
describe
you
them.
think
Some
about
of
all
them
the
apparently
exoplanets
pull out cell
that have
phones.
similar
They start to
atmospheres like
capture
us,
some of
it's
those
like
videos. Those are those
possible that
videos
each
that
of
you
those
see.
planets
It's
have their
hard to
own
see
version of life,
exactly
you know?
what they're shooting because they're shooting a screen, but they describe the orbs as flying in these formations that like interact with each other. At one point, they talk about them flying in a coordinated formation, similar to how dolphins playfully swim in a pond.
I know,
Again,
guys, I'm
this
sorry.
is
It's
an
probably a
official
boring night for
government
you.
document. They clock the speeds from about 250 miles an hour to 1,300 miles an hour. They try to save all of the good footage, not this like crappy cell phone footage. But all of a sudden, their DVR inexplicably failed. So it seems like all we have is their word, this narrative, and at least some of these cell phone videos. But what are we supposed to make of this from a rational point of view? Let's bring in Harvard's renowned astronomer Avi Loeb and the head of the Scientific Advisory Council for all things UAP. Professor, great to see you. I'm not sure if you've gotten a chance to really dive into this Oman case, but what do you make of it?
Well, thanks for having me. The only interpretation I could think of is that we're dealing with a coordinated swarm of drones. This is a real technology that was already employed back in 2021. And the characteristics of formation flying, reaction to a threat, interaction with each other is exactly the kind of behavior you would expect from an autonomous
I did a couple of videos on this guy. They're always bringing this
somehow,
particular guy to talk about all this stuff.
These drones communicate with each other. But there are some unusual features of this report. For example, the speed reached 1.7 times the speed of sound, and that would not leave an object, a solid object, cold. It's unclear what kind of propulsion these objects have, if they can reach Mach 1.7. So there are many mysteries here, and I completely agree with you that it's an unresolved case. And there are two other interesting unresolved cases. If you want, I can go into them.
Yeah, actually, I was just going to ask you. I mean, this one is the case, to me at least, that seems the most similar to the famous 2004 like Nimitz Tic Tac video. But going through some of these other cases, the lack of the video and the data is very frustrating. But there are some reports in here of an interview that are downright weird. Like the government released some artistic renderings, if we have it, of an incident in the desert where some guys see UAP. One of them has night vision goggles, and you see what that might look like through an artist. But then they go on, and he checks his clock, and it's an analog clock. And I think there's a discrepancy of like 20 minutes between his watch that is analog and then the digital clocks that he's around. What do you make of that?
Well, we know of time dilation in physics, but it cannot be produced in this particular case as a result of space-time curvature, because the gravitational tide of such an encounter would have dramatic consequences. It would tear the bodies of the witnesses apart. So based on known physics, the only sense I can make of it is that the time difference was initiated by some electromagnetic effect on the digital clocks, which was not effective on the analog clock. But what kind of an electromagnetic signal, I have no idea.
It's so fascinating. I'm so glad that you're looking at these with such detail. It's also got some more interviews, quite a few interviews of people that saw black triangular-shaped craft that are kind of like the Arizona lights way back in the day. One military pilot had seen a lot of lights in the sky that, when I was reading his description, it almost sounds like maybe flaring from satellites. But then he goes on to talk about seeing this.
Like if these things were created, not by aliens, but these are just test things that the government does. Like sometimes like my conspiracy hat comes on and I start thinking that about these like that they push this narrative like, oh yeah, it's aliens, but it really isn't, you know, in case something messes up, and they're like, they could blame it on something else. Like, that's just my thought.
Well, definitely. I mean, this description of a giant triangle keeps repeating. I heard a number of other reports decades back of the same thing. One of the reports came from a physicist that I know who witnessed that. In this particular case, the description is that the size of the triangle was about 500 feet, 150 meters, and it was moving at a speed of about 150 knots or 77 meters per second. The problem here is that no existing operational aircraft matches this size and speed. The largest aircraft ever built is the Strato Launch Rock, and that spans about 385 feet, 117 meters, so it doesn't match up the description. And so we're left with the question of, is this report reliable? Unfortunately, we don't have the actual digital data from sensors to confirm it. And that's what needs to be done, basically. In order for us to resolve these cases, we need better data. You know, the same pilot also talks about all kinds of orbs that last for hours that cannot be explained by satellites. And so this brings me to the point that this should be a serious matter that scientists should be curious about. You know, skeptics who deny the significance of these anomalies are not curious enough to be genuine scientists. So either we're dealing with unknown natural phenomena, secretive black projects, or these anomalies reflect manifestations of alien technologies. And resolving them is a win-win situation for either national security or fundamental science.
And I pray that tonight is the night that you get the call from the White House or wherever that, you know, ends with you telling the rest of the world what the heck is going on. Dr. Avi Loeb, really appreciate you stopping by. Thanks so much.
We thank you for watching. And
so that was his take on this. He keeps coming back to all these places to talk about, and he's pretty, like, I guess you would say, like, schooled in this. So, you know, a lot of people definitely have him on, like, different channels, even small podcasts have him on. Like, he goes and talks to anybody about this, which is cool. But he is one of those people that are really, like, in this, and they know so much about it. So it's sometimes it get a little boring, because there's times where I watched his videos and it's one of those things like, I just want to fall asleep. Other times he has so much stuff that he starts hitting on real good detailed points where you're just, like, really intrigued by it. So I usually like to keep an eye on this dude because he's pretty smart. But this is his take in regards to the latest drops of those files. Now, the next thing that we're going to be looking at is this one, which has to do, which I just found too, and I thought it was interesting, which was the give me 1 second, guys. I'm being summoned. Let me see what I could play for you guys. Why? I think Iron's still on. I could go ahead and put him back on. It'll just be 1 second. I'm being summoned by the peoples. Hold on, guys. Let me put this there for now. I'll be right back. I just want to have something playing for you guys so you guys won't be, like, super bored. Sorry. Hold on.
All right, soldiers. Thank you for joining us on this ministry. We are...
Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I think it's because my pups have their birthday today, so I think the kids want me to go with them to sing happy birthday to the pups. So I'll be right back. I'll even take a photo so you guys can see it on our community thing. Okay, so I'll be right back, guys.
Go up to 10, 15 miles an hour over the speed limit and not get a ticket. And these people act like if you go in centimeter above 25, you're gonna get a ticket, your life's ruined, this and that. Oh my gosh. Ew, man. She's got a bald head and a bleached bald head.
Oh my goodness.
Gross. What the hell for, man? It looks bald or bleached.
Hold on, I gotta mute.
Okay, guys, I'm back. I'll post it up for you guys to see. But like, here goes like one of them. My kiddos made them like a birthday cake, but like I guess using like dog food that they can have. So that's why. Did I not unmute this? No, what's going on here? Stuff be acting crazy. I'm telling you guys. It was just working too. Yeah. He's muted. Let's see.
Down their con.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's muted now. I was like, whew, what's going on? I thought I left it on. But I guess there it goes.
We're back. I see your chat. You say you must have got a call on the holy phone.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But I'm going to go ahead and post those pictures for you guys. But yeah, they decided to make like homemade like birthday cake.
We had to have a conversation.
And they made them mini little burgers.
So sorry about that.
Kids are weird, okay? That's all I'm going to say. They're like, you need to come and sing happy birthday.
Back here with her favorite shirt.
Okay.
You know.
I know, guys.
Right, the parents are talking.
My hand's still
Dan said, Heavy Hook said, yeah, the parents are talking. Oh my goodness, Hook be having the right cues.
Look at the streetwalker. I finally see.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
Oh my God.
I don't know if YouTube gonna ban me for this.
I mean, well, when you live in the hood, that's like not surprising to see.
Still are around. That's it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
She's so shook.
Oh my God, yep, she's too young. Oh my gosh.
So my two little chicos, it was their birthday today. So I uploaded it so you guys could see.
Every time I move this camera off of our driving,
oh man. Oh wait, you're asking.
Always happens.
I believe so. Like the last time she told me was that it was gonna be out till Friday.
Too much be happening. That's why he the hook, bro.
That's why he's the hook.
Shay found a skinwalker?
A hooker.
Don't whistle. Don't listen to them whistle or when they call your name. Don't answer back. That's what I know about those
What am I supposed to...
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, Black Smoke, like I was without internet since Thursday. So when I got off my stream, my internet went out. And then all of a sudden it was out all the way to Sunday. And I was like, crap. And they're like, oh, it won't get fixed till Tuesday. And then Sunday it came back on. I was like,
what's you saying? What is there to say to that?
It's like I had like Cindy and me were talking, and she was like that she had to go back to Little House in the Prairie. That's how she was living.
Missing girls are.
And I was like, I feel you. I mean, I have power, but no internet. It's like it threw me back to what, the 80s? When there's, because I think that's when internet started coming a thing, right?
I didn't do it this time, Aunt Colleen said, laughing. Aunt Colleen's Bible went out tonight to a man named Xavier.
Nice.
Yes.
Xavier.
Yes.
Did you tell him where that Bible came from and everything?
Yep, I read what she said.
Good.
And he was like, I forgot what he said. I think he said, this is really nice. Like, I like that. And he looked like he really needed it.
Yeah.
And it's his first Bible.
Wow.
My allergies, guys.
Those are the people we're looking for. And then other people were coming up to me saying, hey, can I get the Bible? I'm like, dang it.
See?
This one lady said she needs a Bible for her child. So I said, contact us and we'll get you one. And I was just thinking to myself, we should have some children Bibles as well to give away.
But, you know, this is why they should contact us so they can tell us exactly what they want, exactly what they need.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to always have
like variety of different Bibles. I mean, I barely can carry everything that I'm already carrying.
I didn't grow up in the 80s, but I love the
max I can carry is 3 Bibles.
Like, I would love to, have the big poofy hair, the bright makeup. Can you imagine?
I want to carry more than 3 Bibles.
I think
I would love to carry
I would
5.
be more goth or punk
but
back
the weight
then,
of these
if I was
Bibles
to
is the paperbacks are lighter.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I'm okay with paperback, because they're lighter Bibles.
I'd probably be a weirdo, guys.
So I can carry more of those. Harley Chaos Report. You guys are so nice. You got your power back? I'm going to rewatch the stream. Okay. All right, Hook. Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can't you tell the weight of the car?
You love the movies and the music from the 80s. I'm a big like 80s, 90s kind of person of music. Aside from listening to like, because since I'm from Chicago, we used to listen to a lot of freestyle and house music. So I was into that aside from like normal 80s, 90s music.
I was hearing the music from the radio and I forgot. Oh, copyright. Oh shoot.
We did. I feel like
I don't know.
The
YouTube
way
figures
the
out
Earth
how
was,
to hear
it was
something.
probably way more better.
And they be like,
than it is now.
That's music playing.
You can't have that music on.
Yeah, that's music.
You see how small this light is between these two? Like,
Yep.
this is like literally 2-3 cars of a light. This is retarded.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well,
after this stream is over, Hook said, "Yeah, Hook, I got it set up where the
I don't
DVR
think I
is
can
off
complain
because the
about
DVR
the food.
with it
I
off,
guess not so much
stream
because
works.
I grow a lot of my own stuff, so it's like I'm okay with my food. But I understand what you mean. There's so many
Super chat. You're my new favorite.
Thank you, Phil,
take it
for
off
the
like
$5 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. She said she don't want food,
Do you
guys.
want food?
Very good, babe.
I don't like Spanish. I told you that.
It's essential to know.
Learn English.
I know proper English and proper.
Told you I don't like no raggedy Spanish.
Out of you and the children, I'm the only one who speaks proper English.
You're definitely my new favorite.
Words are supposed to be pronounced.
But okay, so we'll go back to what we were watching earlier. I had something really cool for you guys.
You know, like I like stuff like that, like
languages
that sound romantic.
One of my coworkers found a Spanish-speaking
at my grandma's back. You know what? Yeah, my grandma, she had like her own store, like cause she bought land in Mexico.
Colleen, thank you for the 20. We need more Bibles. Thank you guys.
Her own little store, and she
we
had
already ordered more Bibles and more
like
Bibles.
Her own
we ordered
veggies, and she would sell them as
so
well as some chickens, bunnies, and goats.
Yeah.
Now, when I was little, I didn't know what she was doing with them. I thought I would come visit her and thinking like, oh my God, we have all these pets, and then come back like a year or two later, they're gone. And I would tell her what happened. She would just be like, I don't know. And it's like, well, because what would you tell a 5-year-old, right?
Yeah.
And then when I got older, I realized, she had a store, so she would sell this stuff.
I told her it was fine with me. Let me check with you.
I was like, I get it now. But yeah. The food definitely back then was way better. I feel like we didn't have as many preservatives that we have now. You know, and I think like back then, I don't remember anybody ever being allergic to like gluten or like any of these things that they're allergic to now. You know, like red dye number 2.
Battle in my left eye. Ooh, man. That's the reason why she got accidentally pit out and.
You would go get eggs.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm actually going to be hitting up a farm around my area. They're selling right now corn, tomato, and watermelons, I think. And I really want to go. I love going to these farms. I love supporting them. So I usually go to all the farms around me and like pick up stuff. That's why I told you guys I had gotten like a whole cow, which
I got glaucoma
I didn't know how much meat that was. Like, oops. Same with the pig. I got a whole pig. It's like, yeah, I wasn't feeding the army, guys.
Babe, his hand is not a hug.
We had to give a lot of our stuff away. Like right now, I think I have like,
come here.
Probably like
that'd be awesome. 6
garden beds of tomatoes, and we were trying to grow it the right way, where you don't grow them all at once. You grow them like every week is when you're supposed to grow it, so that by the time it starts getting bigger and bigger and start fruiting, you don't have an abundance of tomatoes. Because I made the mistake one year and I had like, I don't know, like maybe 100, 200 pounds of tomatoes. I had 500 pounds or 300 pounds of cucumbers. Yeah, I lived and learned that one. But we're growing a bunch of tomatoes right now, cucumbers, a bunch of different peppers, and like squash. I've never eaten squash, but I'm curious.
If people don't care about anything, it's...
She gave the first super chat of the night, or somebody else did, I think. I don't know. Heavy, did they pit drops to lower your pressures in your arm? Is Subway open?
I thought it was open.
Yes. Please.
My dog's very happy because he got to eat his birthday food.
Everything
and he's wearing a bow tie apparently. They brought him in the room, and so he's just sitting there. He has like this big old bow tie.
YouTube wants a percentage.
But I posted up the photos for you guys, so you guys could see them eating their food.
I'll take it, man.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'll do it.
I can't do it.
I'll suck it up this time and get the meatballs.
Wow, that's good.
I literally can't.
Yeah, there's
but
different
just as
types
long as Maggie doesn't come at me with those crabs.
But there's ones that are called like creepers,
right
and they kind of are very evasive. They grow everywhere. Where you have ones that just go straight up, you know.
I don't know, man, but she's like get yolkers in a bib now.
Tomatoes,
she's gonna chase me around with a bib.
Tomatoes,
I'm telling you.
Roma tomatoes, apparently yellow tomatoes. I didn't even know they come in color.
She is literally going to chase me with a bib.
If you've ever grew like tomatoes, jalapenos, onions, and cilantro, and you chop that all up to make like a fresh,
no, I'm not even going to talk
like,
about it.
What is it? Pico de gallo.
Lord, forgive him.
It tastes so much better and so different.
I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to talk
about
it behind nobody's back.
Like, I'm not gonna gossip, guys.
No. They saw it on live, but I was gonna comment on it, and I decided, you know what?
Good on you for growing stuff. I always encourage people to do that, even if they have like a small area. It's like you could do certain plants that are in like little buckets. Like they have like small like
we waiting on those candles,
lemon and lime trees that are like, I guess you want to call them like mini ones, and they fruit a lot. So you could grow like your own limes and lemons, and it's pretty cool.
We're gonna call Aunt Colleen left eye in a minute. Yes, crab-free zone. You can try to say.
That's crazy.
Maggie, we miss you too. Yeah, Maggie was on
but
here
be careful
the other day.
when you guys grow
Messy Tessie. I don't. These are the people
I didn't
be
know
missing.
they were
Sarah,
evasive.
El Capitano. El Capitano's probably
3 different types of mint in my garden.
I don't know.
And I had like a bunch of cilantro, and my mint overtook my cilantro. So all I have there is bushes of mint.
Yoga chose the
and then I found out later on you're supposed to grow them in a pot because of that. I'm like, oh, dang it. And no matter how many times I pull the roots, they still keep coming back every year.
Yep.
House of Arab? No. House of Garbage. Is that the camera?
Yeah.
Why?
Battery's full.
This right here to the here there was I could get to the parking.
Their stuff is always like bajiggity, guys, bajiggity.
When I got home until we'll get you because there was a broken. There was a broken down.
And they're like, right.
Cool. Having your daughter in the house. Cool.
Did you guys get to watch the Tim Pool? Like a lot of people are trying to say that he lost, but I watched the whole thing of him going on Jubilee. It was really interesting.
That there are people that are monitoring me. Okay, so when you're in the chat, I gotta constantly remind you are in the chat. Please remember this. Please.
Tomatillos, they're like these green tomatoes that have like these like husks around them. But like I said, guys, I didn't know there were so many different types of tomatoes. Like, I'm learning so much about plants. It's crazy.
Right now, so.
But yeah, on the temple one, they were trying to say that he lost it. And it's because when I was watching it, I was getting frustrated because he was like trying to talk to them and they just kept yelling and screaming over him and not like trying to talk to him. Is choppy. Or like engage, I should say.
Low
and they were just like, that's how they kept talking to him. And he's like, so you're gonna let me answer? Like, is there a question in there? Like, what are you doing? You know? And I could understand why that's frustrating. And that's most likely like a normal leftist tactic, because when they can't win an argument, all they do is call names and just scream, thinking that, oh, if I talk louder, I'm gonna win. You know?
Not sure why they don't stop in.
Really? Luckily, I didn't have any, and I looked at my map, and so far, I'm not gonna have any. What do you mean by coming my way? At least. I'm like, good. Like, I just got my stuff back on. It's like I don't want to be without power or internet.
Might be best to ask for emails from mods to ask questions.
So quiet.
Welcome to Subway.
You know, honestly, guys, like if I were to do vlogs like this, I wouldn't even know what to say. And I know myself. I would get caught on camera, like hot mics all the time, because I talk a lot of trash, and I'll forget you guys are there, and I'll just start like talking my ish about people in the street. Especially if I'm driving, okay? So and then you'll hear me sometimes when I'm driving, I'll be like, damn women drivers, they shouldn't have licenses. Should be driving.
There are some that...
I just get annoyed, guys. Especially if I'm driving to the city. I can't do it. I was thinking, like, if I go to the city again, I should take, like, the train or something where I don't have to drive in.
I don't know why they haven't been here lately.
Hold on, let me get my dog. Oh, he's so big.
Over here.
See? This is the birthday boy. Say hi. Okay, right. This is my stalker, guys. He stalks me everywhere.
Man, when they let you get ads on YouTube, man, they don't hesitate to take over everything, man.
So short and sweet. Am I? I don't know.
Was the ads too heavy for you guys tonight?
Let me put him down. He's so heavy, guys.
Huh?
Was the ads too heavy? I don't think I'm streaming on anything. Right now it's just YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out how to do dual streams.
And delay time gets quicker.
I think I did it once on Kick.
Yeah, like now it's 2 seconds, right? Like,
X,
okay, 1,
but
2,
I was never able to
3,
do it on Rumble. I'm trying to figure all this out. So I could do multi-streaming all these different places.
Okay, yeah, 7 seconds still. Premium building.
I know what you've been missing.
Thank you, Raw. I really appreciate it.
But yeah, that's the birthday boy. The birthday girl, she's laying down.
Save my sanity.
Like my husky, her birthday isn't till July 4th again.
Balance right
so
now,
she already had her birthday.
You know, it's balanced, but they're paying us in cents. These ads, they're paying you in cents.
Yep.
You have to, it's sad. I saw 7 cents for an ad.
That's crazy.
I don't know how anybody's making any money off of an ad by 7 cents. We'll need at least 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 people to give the ad 30 seconds to even generate a revenue off of just ads only.
I think it has to do with also, like, you have certain people that will ask you to promote your stuff. And I believe they pay you to do that, which is why that's one way to gain revenue.
So I'm going to be live tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow.
I don't think so. Tomorrow we have a whole bunch.
It's okay, short and sweet. I mean, if I'm doing something wrong, I'd rather have you guys let me know so I could like try and fix it. Y'all are so good
No
at
stream
helping me
tomorrow
out. Like when last time I
on Theme.
forgot to unmute, and you're like, your mic,
Am I
your
going to be
mic.
live Wednesday?
It's like, oops. But no, I don't know how to do that yet. I do like kind of push it out in the universe. So
We
I'll
might do
like
3TV Wednesday
send it out to like
because
Facebook,
we'll have to play
X, on
along
Discord, and I'll tell
because
people
we have
like,
a busy
hey,
week
I'm
this
going live
week,
right
and
now.
this weekend,
So if
you
people
guys
want
don't
to
want
see
to
it,
miss
they
it.
can watch
On
it, you know?
Saturday, 12 p.m.
But
Be here.
Kick was the only one I know
You're
for
not
sure
going
I
to want to
did.
miss it.
And X
Shay's
at one
going to be
point,
with
but
me.
I can't do X
There's going
again
to be
because
other
for some
brothers
reason it
in
crashes
Christ
my
who are going to be
system.
with me. We're going to the battlefield on Saturday.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know
Don't
that.
want to miss it.
I should
I'm
tell that
telling
to
you.
Iron because I don't know if
Be
he
here.
streams to that, but that would
Tell
be
the
good for
roaches,
him.
tell the mice,
You know?
we're going to war. You guys don't want to miss it.
You
And
guys
I
are
told
so
Shay, I
awesome.
said, make sure you're ready. Hopefully this time it'll be a lot more better. And then the next day, we're going to be traveling, Lord willing.
Cat's acting weird or someone blocked me. I can't hear the noise, but nothing on the screen. Really?
I was told by a person in my
Think anybody...
chats allows you to keep 95% of new.
Well, I don't think anybody blocked you because I could see all your stuff.
Right now, Harley, I'm in the bad location, so the chat is going to be jumpy.
Let me see. Like, is my screen blocked? Because I could check.
What I could do is just put the phone.
I always usually have it live
right
on
there
my phone
at
so
the
I
air
could see how
conditioner.
it's going. Like, just to make sure that it's going fine. That's how I knew last
Try to
time
cool it down a little
when you
bit.
guys told me, like,
See if that makes
your
a
stream
difference.
got taken. I was like, damn it.
Harley, you don't want
but
to
yeah,
miss
good.
this Saturday, this weekend, starting Saturday. We are going to be streaming. Harley, we're going to be streaming. Don't want to miss this. You can restream all you want. You're not going to want to miss this. It's going to be road trip. Their Chaos Report was like, heck yeah, all the chaos I could get.
See, it's probably right.
I gotta tell Arturo we're gonna be at war, so he's not gonna want to miss it. Amen, Harley. Amen. Yeah, and then Sunday we are going to also be going as well. As amen. And then Monday, Tuesday we're gonna be streaming. It's going to be a marathon. I'm telling you. I got to get all the battery power and everything. So starting Saturday, from right now to Saturday, it's going to be spotty with live streams. I'm going to try to do some more infantry TV because I love sitting in with you guys. Also, when we get these donations, we're going to try to get some
I would
equipment.
say right now, Black Smoke, that's you.
So that way, when we do infantry TV, it'll be better. I already
Infantry
got in my
TV.
Amazon cart a boom stick. You know what I'm talking about, Harley, right? The boom stick with the mic on it. Got some cables, got some headphones I want to get. We building this, man. We building this. It's gonna be good when it gets done. When we finally get all these Bibles, all this equipment, it's gonna be awesome.
That's what I'm trying to do,
this
guys.
is
I'm
finally
trying
put
to get
together.
my gear together. And I'm taking your guys' advice, how you guys are telling me to get like a vest and stuff like that. So
Yes.
when I go on the ground, I
On
definitely
Thursday-
will do it.
Oh shoot! Hold on for a second. I need to. Hold on for a second. I need to check my power.
I just got
My
like
generator.
I know a
What in
website
the
where you could
world?
get like for your own, I guess, channel. If you do stuff like what Arturo does, what I do,
Hold on
you
for
can
a
actually
second.
create press passes that are legit. So I created one of those for myself. So when I do go on the ground, I have that.
Okay,
so
I'm
in
still
case
good.
the cops are like, "Hey, what are you doing?" and be
good.
like, "Press, just here to record,
I
guys."
have to charge it back up once I get in.
And definitely talking to people
And then
to
switch it
come with me
over.
so that I won't be alone, so you guys don't have to worry. But hey, I'd actually be live. So if y'all know something's up with something happens to me, y'all will see it on the live.
Okay, so 19 hours is not bad.
I believe there's one coming up on that I'm trying to head to, which is in Chicago. I believe on Saturday. I believe that's what I saw. I've been following some of these crazy lefties to see where they're going to be doing their protest.
Now I'm looking at my power. If you look at this, guys, I'm looking at my power station status right now. It's powering, and it's telling me.
So yeah, I'm also getting I'm trying to find out, which is why I'm asking like Arturo and them for advice in regards to if they know what's a good I guess selfie stick or whatever to kind of keep the video steady. So we had to
run tonight though.
I already have the little like mics that you kind of snap on here, so I have that.
Hopefully I don't go to jail on Saturday, guys.
Smoke, just so you know.
You gotta pray for me. Yes. Whatever you suggested, I got my internet back. Yes. Chaos Report is full functioning.
He's so funny. It's because he wanted to
get the equipment you can try.
He wanted to, I think he said that he wanted to do a video with me.
I would have thought you were streaming tonight because I had a good conversation with that guy. I was like, man, Harley, I was hoping you was getting that. You know? I was hoping that you got that conversation, Harley.
I missed you. I haven't heard you in a long time.
You knew nothing about the stop stream yesterday.
Needed this. Let me see what we...
Yeah, it's going to be some chicken soup this Saturday.
Aww,
chicken soup Saturday. We're not going to the chicken soup. This is going to be another bowl of soup. This is the LGBTQ soup.
You guys are going to make me blush, guys.
It's a nasty soup.
You're so sweet, short and sweet.
It's very nasty.
I see why you have that in your name.
Don't let rain mess up your hair.
You know, I hope people won't try and beat me up. I mean, I could fight, but I still don't want to have to, you know? But I definitely would want to go there, kind of like be one of those people that just records and not give my opinion. This way, you know, you can make what you want of the video, you know? And whoever wants to restream it is more than welcome to.
It's still full.
But
it's all right. I'm gonna say
I didn't know on one of the times.
I'm tired.
I didn't know
need some quiet time.
They had that whole thing in Chicago with the Muslims
stretch.
Crashing.
She's telling that's the code word for. This is submarine.
Been busy in El Paso at war with
V4P. About to go stretch these missiles and hop into the bag.
Wow, yeah, I was reading about that. About how
she's about to go do her stretches.
The Mexican I guess government agreed
so much for your support
kind of go hand in hand with the military from the American government. I'm glad you was able to
see a Bible go out
to go after the cartels, which is pretty interesting. Which I'm surprised because the Mexican
Operation Get Those Bibles Out
president isn't she put in by the cartel, which is kind of crazy.
Stretch away. Guys are so funny. Sweetie pie. Love you all. My backward dog.
And can you believe it, guys? We are so close to the midterms now. We're what?
Amen. You're gonna need all the prayers we can get on Saturday.
No, you're more than welcome to. Trust me, I've had people explain to me what they think.
Yep, they're expecting me.
That might work for me or give me advice. Arturo has done it to me on his live, which I'm more than welcome for stuff like that. You know, I don't kind of take it personal
so let me
or feel
put
bad.
this away.
You know, I take it like you guys are just trying to help me. You know.
For this stream, for this ministry.
It probably would annoy a lot of people that I'm
say goodbye until
way too positive sometimes, you know?
Go ahead.
Like, I don't mean to be, guys. Okay, so he's going off. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the video I had ready for you guys. So I thought this video was pretty interesting. This has to do with Live Now from Fox. DOT recruiting gamers as air traffic controllers, which is pretty interesting. Like, I'm not surprised because if you think about it, there's like movies where they would show like people that played video games were doing like practice runs for, or movies that were doing practice runs for like our military because everything was remote. So it would make sense that you would grab like people that play games because they would probably have the best hand-eye control coordination. At least in my thought, it would be.
Controller and start controlling air traffic has been successful. That's according to numbers from Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. Now, earlier this year, the U.S. Department of Transportation celebrated more than 10,000 qualified candidates applying for a career as an air traffic controller.
No, but short and sweet, you're more than welcome to help me if you want to. I'm really good about Pearson. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, earlier this week,
and just so you know, if you're new to who I am, aside from being overly positive,
94% of the agency's hiring goal has been
I don't take so much stuff serious. So when I did have people troll me, I didn't know, and so I was laughing along with them, not realizing I was laughing at myself.
To talk all about this is
but it just should show you what kind of person I am.
With the Foundation for Aviation Safety, joining us here on Live Now from Fox. Thank you so much, Randy, for taking the time this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I just find this so interesting. Let's start with what skills a gamer might have that could translate to air traffic control.
It is a unique approach, I'll grant you that. Certainly, someone who plays a video game for any period of time has developed some skills that are going to be helpful. The decision-making, ability to think quickly, to handle multiple objects moving on multiple directions, that sort of a 3D picture. That,
to be honest, I've actually had people on here, and I think Black Smoke was one of them. He usually calls me out on it. Sometimes he'll be like, it's too loud or it's too quiet, like I'm too loud. So I always have to like adjust the sound, and I do it based off of what you guys want. So if you guys think I'm like way too loud, then I usually lower mine, or if you can't hear what's being said, I usually raise it up so you guys can hear it. So, you know, if you ever feel that way, you're more than welcome to let me know, because everybody else in the chat lets me know. You know, I don't want them to have to blast their stereo and then all of a sudden I'm talking, it's like, you know. So it's fine. I appreciate it. Thank you.
That you might see in a video game, not literally, but figuratively, as you try to figure out how to maneuver through it. So that thinking process,
you're gonna make me
having
cry,
that reaction time, you know, those sorts of things are going to be valuable for sure. It's something that certainly would apply to an air traffic controller's job.
Right, and this campaign specifically, it points towards cognitive
but
functions.
Don't feel like you can't tell me stuff. You can't. Trust me. I've had people tell me stuff. People tell me like your mic is off. The sound on those videos.
Absolutely vital. That's what
I've had it all, guys. I've had it all.
Basically every minute.
I had one person tell me that I forgot to put it on live chat, and I had it on top chat.
All those skills.
Trust me, I love the feedback.
Fact that lives lie in the balance.
I appreciate
really the key here. You have to be able to think fast and make decisions and do all those things.
I'm texting if you want. I have an email. You can always email me.
But in the background,
I mean, you don't have to send anything.
You know,
I'm okay with that too. I just appreciate having you guys here and talking to you guys.
Disaster. So I think that's the only concern that I would have with this kind of PR program. Yes, we've hired a lot of new people. That's great. They have some of the basic abilities that are needed, but of course, are they really willing to put down the game console where, of course, if you die in a game, you just start it up again and try it one more time? That doesn't happen in real life. So transitioning those skills into this job may not be as easy as we think it might be.
Let's talk about that, because I know there are some concerns. People
I was excited. I was the first one to get, I think it was called Kilimanjaro or something like that. One of the highest ones where you don't die and you just kill like a multitude of people in the game. I got that first in my team.
Extremely extensive.
Everybody was mad. They were all searching for me. I had a good hiding space, guys.
The primary reason why we have such a shortage of air traffic controllers. So by the numbers, only about 10% of those who apply are actually accepted. And then you have to go through the Air Traffic Control Academy training in Oklahoma City. So we're looking at 16 weeks of training where
Interesting.
Dropout rate is up
Now,
to
if you still can't hear me
40%.
and I'm still kind of
So
low,
then
just let me
that
know.
lucky
I just raised it a little
40% get
bit.
to move on to a facility, be that a tower or an approach control facility or a center at some place in the country, where they now go through somewhere between 2 and 3 years typically of on-the-job training to become a fully qualified air traffic controller. And that process brings another 30% or so dropout rate. So by the time you get to the end, 2,000 applicants.
I think that would be fun to do, but I don't think I'd be into it like
fully
that.
certified controllers.
Right now, like I told you guys, I'm going to school
2 to 3 year period down the
for like
road.
my PhD, and I'm trying to get the
bottleneck of
the
training, the time it
cybersecurity
takes,
forensic thingy.
That's the significant issue.
That one's just fun
why
because you
there's a
get to use
shortage.
all these
And
programs
there are a
to
lot of
like
other
hack, which is
issues
so
that we
cool.
can talk about, but that's a big one. And hiring more
Aw, thank you.
people at the front end really isn't going to solve the bigger picture in the long run.
I raised it just a tad for
Transportation
you.
Secretary Sean Duffy saying that this has been a huge success. Just to put up this graphic here again, this is what he had posted to X. If we're talking about these numbers, again, just to recap, more than 10,000 qualified candidates applied during that 24-hour window. That's more than
crazy.
double the previous first-day record. What does that kind of response tell you about the potential of recruiting from the gaming community?
Some milk and mace.
I think it does lead to
Well,
some
my
real
version of mace,
optimism.
bro,
It's a good thing.
I was gonna use
Certainly from the
the
Foundation for Aviation
California,
Safety's
the
perspective,
Carolina Reapers
anything that
and the
brings more
habaneros. I was gonna
interest in
ferment them in
aviation
water
safety, brings more
and then use
qualified
that water.
candidates into the
But I don't know if
job
I'd get in
for
trouble
air
for that.
traffic controllers specifically.
And I was gonna take that
is
with
a
me and be
good
like,
thing. So we're all full in support
which
of
is
it.
probably
I know
bad. I
he said
probably
it was
shouldn't
a
do that,
game
right?
changer. I'm not sure if he
Like, dang,
use that
maybe I
as a
should
pun
just buy bear mace
intentionally or
then.
not, but it certainly is to see that application.
I have some. You want me to show you my
process,
goggles?
go
Hold
so
on.
well.
I'll show it to you guys.
And
Give me
apparently
1
a
second.
lot of young
I
people
have to turn my
who've
camera off only
had a lot
because
of experience in
YouTube
gaming
doesn't
are
let
now
you, like,
thinking that
especially
maybe
if you're a
an air traffic
girl, if you're
controller,
dressed a certain way, they're like,
position
don't show
might
your
be a career
body.
for them. And certainly that'll be a great thing if it works out that way. Again, we refer to that training process that whittles down a lot of those numbers to very few that actually make it through to become fully qualified. And at the other end, once you are qualified, in today's world, they're working 6 days a week.
Okay,
They're under
see?
extreme pressure.
That's my goggles.
It's a very difficult job.
Honestly,
where
this is actually
even
to
now
my
we're still
cosplay outfit
60
for
to
Harley, for
70%
Bombshell Harley.
in a lot of
So
locations.
I have this.
You're entering into
I
a
figured
really
I could
difficult,
recycle it,
although
right?
very rewarding career. And you can make a very good
What's up,
living
Dante?
and,
How are
and
you
have a lot of
tonight?
satisfaction in it, but it's not easy to do. So
But I
only
probably should buy
time will
real
tell if
goggles,
this is
though.
really going to be a
But
successful
these are just so cute.
effort. As I said, hiring a lot more people in the front end.
Because my theory
doesn't
was
solve the
to
problem
go
because
to
of the
blend
long
in.
training and
I was
the
gonna go
long
cosplay as Harley
dropout,
Quinn because I actually have
process
clothes
that
like
takes
that.
place.
I was like,
But it
if
is
I
a
go like
start.
Bombshell
Obviously,
Harley,
if you
they're
don't
not
have the
gonna know
applicants, then you'll
whose side
never
I'm
get
on.
there. So good
Gotta
news.
kind of blend,
And,
you know?
I'm on the fence a little bit. We'll see. Call me back in 2 years and we'll see if the numbers have changed or not.
Right. And just to go back to something you had said in the beginning of this interview, when you're playing a video game and you die, you can come back to life. That's not really the case here when you have people's lives in your hands, when you are directing aircraft. So how does
it was my internet, Dante. Like, thankfully my power didn't go out, but my internet did. And it sucked because it went out on Thursday night after I got off my stream. And it was off all the way till Sunday, and they were like, "Oh, we're not going to restore it till Tuesday." And I'm like,
the $1,000,000 question, I think.
and then when I came back on Sunday, I was like, "Yes!" I was so excited.
How are these folks that are applying now?
I think that's why when I jumped on here, I was super excited. I was like, "Man, I need to kind of bring it down, guys. I need to bring my energy down." Like, it's way too much energy for you guys.
So we're talking a lot of young people with optimism and enthusiasm.
But thank you for asking, for saying it.
The reality,
I appreciate it.
Down at the level of that controller, when everything that he or she does.
Now, after this, I have this other video.
In the balance.
This is from Sahara TV. It's going to be the one we're going to come up next. And he's talking about, I guess, this video from Ben Shapiro about something they don't want, like the Islamists don't want us to watch, a movie. And at first I thought it was the Citizen Vigilante. I'm like, we've all seen that movie. Elon released that one.
Seat like that where lives depend on them.
Right?
And,
oh my God. I feel the same
results may
way.
not be so
I feel
great.
like this
So
summer's just
this
been
is really an
crazy.
individual trait, and
Like I was having a hard time with my garden and finally got it up and running. And I was so excited because I had like all these fruit trees finally blooming stuff. And then we got that crazy storm and it knocked all my fruit down. I was like, dang it. But now I at least have a couple of fruit. I would have had way more, but hey, I'll take what I can get.
With air traffic controllers, their job is not easy.
But now everything seems to be going pretty good, pretty good.
My job as a
Trying not to
pilot
jinx
much
it.
easier. We depend a lot on the ability and the quick thinking and the just the way the communication goes between controllers and air traffic.
You know what sucked too?
Really
is that Friday I was actually going to try and stay on even longer for you guys. Like at least till like 11, 12, and it's like, of course, the internet hates me.
I may have missed it just based on your experience.
Well, again, if this helps with increasing the number of controllers at the final destinations and more qualified people in the seats, then we're going to be very happy about that. The flip side of that, or the possible trap in that, is simply recruiting a lot of people to put people in seats. That doesn't really solve any problem.
What's up, Monica?
Be qualified.
How are you
people.
tonight?
So as long as, and in
it
fact,
has. You know what? You're not the only one that said it. There's a couple of people on here that were saying the same thing. That was acting all buggy.
It's a good move, as long as standards are maintained, and that we are not at all changing.
Okay, I gotta remember that too. I gotta write these things down, guys.
The number of people
so
through
I can
the
have
program,
like a list of things I need to buy when I go on the ground.
Simply because
what's up, Steven?
Put people in the seats. If we can provide the right stock of folks at the beginning and give them the qualified training that needs to be given, and in the end we have more controllers, then we're going to be happy for that, because obviously air traffic is doing nothing but increasing, and the job is just getting harder and harder.
I wrote it down, guys.
All right, Randy Clapp, thank you so much for joining us here this morning on Live Now from Fox.
I thought this was pretty cool. I could kind of see why you would want to hire people that are gamers, because they have that good eye-hand control kind of coordination, which would make sense. Think that a lot of young people who play games, though, like at least the ones that know it's a game will know, like, if I crash something, that's it. But you do have some of those that, you know, rode the small yellow bus or drank too much fluid. What is it? Fluoride. They would think like, well, we'll just respawn. You know, it's like, no, that's not how that works. But this is the video I was telling you I want to watch next, which has to do with Sahara TV. He was talking about the entire Islamic world is trying to cancel this movie. So apparently there's a movie coming out. So I just wanted to see what this was about with you guys.
So we made a kick-ass movie about Islamic terrorism. And the terrorist supporting left then called us Islamophobic. Mehdi Hassan, an import from Al Jazeera and a spokesperson for Qatar, says it's difficult to come up with a more bigoted, Islamophobic, and cliched trailer than this one. Why is it Islamophobic to point out what ISIS actually does and says?
How many lazy, sweeping Islamophobic tropes can you squeeze into a single 2-minute trailer? The truth is that the way Shapiro and the Daily Wire talk about Islam is the exact same way Nick Fuentes and his neo-Nazi groypers talk about Judaism.
How you doing? This is Sahar TV. The Daily Wire's new film is causing a big commotion in the leftist world. People are criticizing it, being Islamophobic, etc., etc. Let's see the video that Ben Shapiro just released.
So we made a kick-ass movie about Islamic terrorism, and the terrorist supporting left then called us Islamophobic. Honestly, we could not get a better endorsement for the film. Run, Hide, Fight Infidels is literally about ISIS taking over a college campus. So when a left-wing terror hugger like Mehdi Hassan says that the movie generates hatred for Islam, I mean, you're kind of outing yourself. I don't know. It seems like a good idea to be phobic of Islamic terrorism. I think we should be concerned about ISIS. They're the bad guys. Everybody should know exactly who they are and what they do. If people are pissed at the trailer, just wait until they see the film. So Infidels is basically a sort of 1980s, 1990s style action flick, toy soldiers, Red Dawn style major action movie starring Jonathan Majors about an ISIS takeover of an American lib university.
Crazy.
It's exciting. It's intense. It's funny. It's the biggest movie we've ever done. If you missed the trailer yesterday, here it is again, so you understand what we're talking about when we get to the critique.
Your country is beneath contempt.
We
who love and serve Allah fought back against the Americans and the Zionists from the scourge of secularism and the lands of unbelief.
Anyone gonna listen to Captain Saunders tomorrow? The retired Delta Force soldier with a new book out.
He's the polar opposite of those brain-dead protesters.
Given the current climate, should Clay Saunders even be allowed on campus?
Mr. Saunders is a close personal friend of Chancellor Friedman. This is a decision I cannot fight.
There are 3 ways Islam will conquer the West. Through immigration, through the wombs of our women, and by using our nation's freedoms against us.
What's crazy, guys, is I've actually said this because I've actually done a video about the Muslim Brotherhood, and they talk about these key points, saying that what they have to do, at least for America, is they have to, the way they will conquer, I guess, the West, which is our portion of America, because they already conquered Europe, Spain, Italy, stuff like that. So they said that they can't do it the same way because they tried the invasion thing. It's not going to work because Trump is kicking people out. So then their next move is they said, is that when they do get here and they make a lot of babies, they're going to push their children to run for office. And they're going to start at the lower levels and work their way up to the top till they get to the presidency. They're also told to use our own constitution against us, which is why they like to push the whole ideology of Islam's a religion, you can't kind of infringe on our religious rights. And I think that that's kind of one of the issues, is that people keep referring to it as a religion when it really isn't. Well, at least I don't think that's what it is. Like, people can have whatever opinion they want. If you don't want to believe it's a religion, that's fine. But I think if we continue to call it that, that's why they're going to continue to use our constitution against us. Now, if you call it what it is, because what they're using is Islam to push an ideology and to enslave us into that world. They're saying, like, their job is to conquer us and invade us. And if you don't bend to their will, then you get murked, So I don't think that should be considered a religion. I think that's more of a terrorist thing. And so I kind of call it that, in my opinion. But these Muslim Brotherhoods said this is how they do it. This is how they will conquer us. And I think that should be like a big wake-up call. That's why I keep pushing that out. I'm not trying to fearmonger, because I'm pretty sure there's probably really good Muslims out there, just like you have crazy, corrupt Catholics, Christians, Protestants, whatever. But I don't think anybody's to this level of extreme like they are, when it comes to pushing this stuff. So that's why I kind of push it out there, because I definitely don't want to, have to deal with Sharia law. And your girl, she crazy. I ain't going to bend my knee. I will literally die on my feet before I die on my knees, Hell no, that's not going to happen. If I have to fight, I'll fight, man. I don't care. But that's just me, guys, because, kind of crazy.
Paying attention.
That's what I said, Tone. I agree. Religion is drama.
The great Satan, America, will fall. You are infidels. The bodies of women are not pure, and the men's souls are unclean.
What makes them so dangerous? Their goals are not in this life, but the next.
I got friends here. I can't just leave.
Listen to me! In the law, we cannot run or hide from what is coming. We have to fight.
I will be rewarded 10,000 times in the next life. When you die, you're nothing. Only one way to find out.
That's the American way.
Oh, interesting. Did you guys ever watch the other one they had that was called similar to that? I think it was called Run, Hide, and Fight was the first one. That one was actually a really good movie. So now I want to see this one. This thing seems interesting. I agree, Heavy. I think the reason we would be harder to capture is because a lot of Americans will not bend to the will, especially the people on the right. You have some people in the center that probably would align with the people on the right when it comes to this, because they're not going to want to give up their freedoms, especially if you're going to try to enforce them, enslave them into this, or even say, like, for example, you guys as men, if you're saying, like, I'm going to take your wife, your daughter, you know, and I'm going to just put her into like these like child marriages. Ain't nobody in their right mind is going to allow that to happen, you know? So I think they definitely have a fight on their hands, which is probably why they're trying to go the way they did in Iran, which was they went through the people on the left. They even said they don't agree with the people on the left. They don't believe in their ideology or nothing like that. They use them because they're useful idiots. And that's what happened in Iran originally. They were like the people in America. And then when the left aligned with Islam, they overtook them, and now you see what happens. What they no longer have these freedoms that they were so fighting for, you know? But this seems like a pretty good movie. Like, I'm definitely intrigued by it.
Okay, so first off, I should say the movie
I'm not
is
in this
awesome.
movie.
It's awesome. Mehdi Hasan did what you would expect. Mehdi Hasan, an import from Al Jazeera and a spokesperson for Qatar, it is difficult to come up with a more bigoted, Islamophobic, and cliched trailer than this one. Okay, so I have a question. Why is it Islamophobic to point out what ISIS actually does and says? It turns out that he's going to have to explain to me how an Islamic terror group that is literally doing everything that is done in the movie, is done by Islamic terror groups all over the world. Why is depicting those people on screen Islamophobic? He's going to explain how that actually implicates all of Islam. Does it? I mean, if it does, then maybe Mehdi should explain. Why is it Islamophobic to literally just quote ISIS doing ISIS things? I don't like ISIS doing ISIS things. I think it's bad. And so therefore, I'm very much in favor of movies that paint ISIS as the bad guys. Why that is remotely controversial or hiding behind the rubric of Islamophobia is bizarro world. Bizarro world. Bigoted. Why is that bigoted? See, why is it bigoted to say, you know, it's bad that ISIS does ISIS stuff and wants to murder Americans and would love to set up a caliphate here in the United States if they could? Why is any of that, quote unquote, is...
You know, Monica, I agree, because your girl, she's definitely ready. But you have to think about it like, if you end up with someone in power, like let's say the Abdul guy, the stupid Boost commercial guy. If he ended up, and I know it's not possible, but if he ended up becoming president, he would probably be the type of person, especially if they have an all, you know, Muslim Senate or Congress, they would be able to take our rights away like that, you know, like this. You know, it wouldn't matter. Now, would they be able to completely? No, I think at that point they would have a full-on revolution, because I think the average American person, like you said, who are armed, they're not going to take this lying down. They will definitely fight for their country and not allow these people to become supreme overlords and stuff like that. So I agree with that to a certain extent, because I think that if we continue down a certain path, we're kind of dooming ourselves. And it sucks because I definitely don't want to see our country go down like that. You know, I think that we need to go back to our roots and really fight for what this country really is supposed to be. At least that's my thought.
Islamophobic. Why are you hiding behind a nonsense word? Why are you doing that? And then he says, also, Hollywood has refused to tell the story of radical Islam. Is Shapiro insane or just gaslighting? Muslims have been the main villains in Hollywood for decades, even predating 9/11. That's just horseshit. It's not true. I mean,
the name of the movie he said was Wait, I had wrote it now. Run, Hide, and Fight Infidels. So the first one was called that, but without the infidels part, which had to do with the chick. Now this is, I guess, part 2, which is giving you a different perspective from a whole different issue now at this point. So it definitely seems like it'd be interesting.
Seriously, you could probably count on one hand the number of movies, major movies, where Muslims are the villains.
Yep.
And in fact,
I just have to say this is factually not true. I've seen a lot of Hollywood films where the Muslims are the terrorists. So I just disagree with Ben on this.
And
this right here is the response of Mehdi Hasan.
Ben Shapiro finally devoted an entire 13-minute video to responding to a tweet of mine. See, the co-founder and editor emeritus of the now struggling Daily Wire got triggered by a tweet from me calling the Daily Wire's new action movie, Run, Hide, Fight Infidels, bigoted, Islamophobic, and cliched. I mean, just look at the trailer about an ISIS attack on a U.S. college campus, which begins with references to Allah, moves on to images of Muslims on prayer mats, and ends with the literal Islamic call to prayer.
Isn't it exactly what ISIS does? And isn't it exactly what Hamas and Hezbollah, isn't it exactly what they do?
How many lazy, sweeping Islamophobic tropes can you squeeze into a single 2-minute trailer? But Shapiro got very defensive in a video that he posted to YouTube on Friday about me and his movie.
Mehdi Hasan did what you would expect. Mehdi Hassan, an import from Al Jazeera, and a spokesperson for Qatar, says it's difficult to come up with a more bigoted, Islamophobic, and cliched
this is what I
trailer
found, guys.
than this one. Okay, so I have a question. Why is it Islamophobic to point out what ISIS actually does and says? It turns out that he's going to have to explain to me how an Islamic terror group that is literally doing everything that is done in the movie, is done by Islamic terror groups all over the world. Why is depicting those people on screen Islamophobic? He's going to explain
what they said about the other movie.
Does it?
The Citizen
If it
Vigilante.
does, then maybe Mehdi should explain. Why is it Islamophobic to literally just quote ISIS doing ISIS things?
Happy to explain, Ben. Because, you gaslighter, the trailer that you just showed your viewers moments earlier doesn't just quote ISIS doing ISIS things. It shows the main character, the hero, the ex-American Special Forces soldier, played by Jonathan Majors, the actor who incidentally was convicted of assaulting and harassing his former girlfriend. It shows him saying, this is about Islam, not ISIS. Islam.
There are three ways Islam will conquer the West. Through immigration, through the wombs of our women, and by using our nation's freedoms against us.
That isn't Islamophobic. Islam will conquer the West by taking advantage of American women. Shapiro totally ignores that line from Majors, even though I pointed it out to him in a subsequent quote tweet that has since been seen by over 1 million people, but conveniently overlooked by Shapiro in his 13-minute video. By the way, can you imagine how mad Ben Shapiro would be if someone...
By the way, before he continues, ISIS, Hamas, Hezbollah, Al-Shabaab, and other terrorist organizations all want to see Islam spreading across the world. That's why organizations like the Muslim Brotherhood, that a lot of terrorist organizations emerged from, that's exactly what they advocate for. And they've been creating for years a network of messengers all around the world doing dawah and preaching about Islam.
Public life argued that Judaism or Jews are trying to conquer the West. The truth is that the way...
So let's just make it clear what this douchebag is talking about. So the actor Jonathan Majors, once a promising and fast rising star in Hollywood, they said they found him guilty on 2 out of the 4 charges in domestic violence criminal case in New York. On Monday afternoon, he was found guilty on 2 counts of assault in the 3rd degree and harassment in the 2nd degree, relating to an incident with his former girlfriend. Each of these charges in which he was found guilty is considered a misdemeanor in New York. In the mixed verdict, the jury found Majors not guilty of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree, essentially saying they did not believe Majors went into the situation intending to hurt his former girlfriend. So what this guy is saying is just BS at this point.
Shapiro in the Daily Wire talk about Islam is the exact same way Nick Fuentes and his neo-Nazi groypers talk about Judaism. It is. Also, he keeps...
Jews are not trying to take over the West. Jews are not trying.
What I found when I looked it up, it was saying that it was strictly going to be released on the Daily Wire Plus, so I guess streaming system. If there's other ways to find it, probably, but I wouldn't know. If it does go into theaters, it might be like you guys said, select theaters might have it. Not all, kind of like the Citizen Vigilante, because they didn't want to have it in certain theaters. That's why they released it on X. So if that was to happen here, they might do the same thing, which would be very dope.
Trying to take over the world. On the contrary, proselytizing in Judaism is discouraged. In Islam, you are required to spread the dawah. You are required to spread the word. A clear difference between Ben Shapiro and Nick Fuentes is that Ben Shapiro is telling the truth.
Yep.
Wondering why he's accused of Islamophobia. And yet, literally the day before he posted his video responding to me, Shapiro posted another YouTube video titled, "Are you prepared
thank you
for
so
the
much,
Islamic invasion?"
I really appreciate it.
No mention of ISIS
You're my
or
new
terrorists,
favorite.
just an Islamic invasion.
Weird how Mehdi Hassan chose to ignore the big-ass ISIS flag in the thumbnail.
No mention of ISIS or terrorists, just an Islamic invasion.
Yeah, Dante.
Again, can you imagine how mad Shapiro would have gotten if somebody on the left had put out a video referring to a Jewish invasion?
I am so sick and tired of the term Islamophobia, because phobia is irrational fear. People should fear an ideology where, even if it's 5% or 1% of the population that goes out to the streets of the world, of the West, and goes and kills people on behalf of Islam, on behalf of their ideology. I don't care if it's the minority. I don't care if it's 5%, 3%, 1%. It doesn't matter. Heavy. If that is actually the case, and it is the case, then people should definitely be fearful of this ideology. Because unfortunately for them, this is the only religious ideology generating as many terrorists as we see in the world today. And we need to fear it, or else it's gonna get even worse. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. If you'd like to watch more of my...
This guy, he's pretty good. I do like watching some of his videos because him and this other guy that I watch, they break down a lot of this stuff when it comes to Islam, and they be calling out a lot of the things that these people are trying to push, this type of ideology, and make it seem like, oh, it's okay because, you know, that's how the leftists do. But these guys kind of, because they've experienced, they tell you how it really is, you know, which is awesome because you need to see it from that perspective, from people that actually lived it and experienced it and are telling you, like, the alarm bells are ringing and they're saying, dude, you got to wake up. We can't allow this here. I think that's really important. Context always matters. Yeah, electrifying one. They said that Ben Shapiro was saying that he has another one coming out with Jonathan Majors, in case you didn't see the trailer, of Run, Hide, and Fight Infidels, which has to do more so with Islam. So they're trying to say that he's being racist by putting that out. So it's similar to what they said about the citizen vigilante, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's truth. It's not like he's lying. But we're going to move on, guys. So I have from Freedom News, pregnant Haitian women fitted with wrist monitors, others with ankle monitors at ICE in Ohio on August 9th. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys heard this story or seen videos of it, but I still wanted to share it with you guys.
It's heavy.
There it goes.
Not too bad?
Not too bad.
And this is the other one?
Yeah.
What's up, Jesse?
Yeah.
Like, boot them all out, man. It's time for them to kick rock.
How does it make you feel to have to wear that?
How does it make you feel to have to wear it?
You know, stressed, frustrated, you know, because I don't want it. Because I'm not
criminal.
Like when you see that, you will say you are a criminal, you know. But I'm right. I don't know what's gonna happen in my work. Like someone will look at me.
Yep. Tell all of them. Like, they gotta go. They gotta kick rocks.
It's okay. So, I'm gonna work, do my work and enjoy my life after. I don't know what happens next, but I'm gonna.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Do you mind?
Let me know that you're with us.
Thank
sorry.
you too. Thank you too.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck. Thank you so much. You're so gracious.
Did you get the information from Able Law to talk to them?
Yes.
Okay.
I have no idea. I think he's talking in their native tongue. Yep, it does. I mean, can they really be upset? Because if you have that, you also have the flock cameras. Like, you're already being watched several different ways. You said, Lincoln Park says, goodbye. Sorry, I'm on Awful Singer, guys.
What did they?
Now that song is stuck in my head, guys.
So they were asking him to self-deport.
I mean, that's the easiest thing you could do.
And he said no. Yeah, he said that he came here under the CHNV program. He told them that he came here, it was the American government who allowed him to come here. And now he has like a pending asylum case. He cannot self-deport without knowing what the judge would say.
What are you most worried about with going back to Haiti?
Qui ça au plus inquiété pour le moment sur ta retourne à Haïti?
Bon. Le pays c'est pays nié, bon, malgré l'insécurité dans le pays, mais pas capable dans le pays passé. Si c'est ça qui décide pour moi,
Yeah, Haiti is my country. I know the insecurity. I fear the insecurity in Haiti, but if the final order is for me to go back, I won't have any other option.
And just lastly, what does it feel like to have a ankle monitor put on you? Can you describe what that's like?
Pour moi, je sens que ça c'est discrimination liée parce que dans pays pas tout le monde va faire crime pour mettre ça dans pays ça en discrimination.
It's like this is a discrimination thing because I came here, I haven't committed any crime, and I haven't done anything wrong. To put this on my feet is like a discrimination thing.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna pin this here for you guys. We just actually finished our Discord, so it's basically going to be going live already. So I'm sharing the link with you guys. So if you guys want to go there and be part of it, this is where we're going to have a lot of different things there, like self-promotion, any tips or hotline kind of stuff, any news, breaking news stories. This is where we're also going to be doing like trivia night or like a movie night. All of that's going to be on there for you guys, and you know, hopefully you guys enjoy what we created. But let's keep going.
Thank you for talking to us. Your family's in Springfield?
From you in Springfield.
No.
You hate your phone right now.
Saint Thomas.
St. Thomas. He has another brother who lives in St.
That's true, Tone. Like, I don't understand what part of, you know, temporary did they not understand.
Honor or something? I don't know.
True, true, Tone. I feel like you need to speak our language, which is English. If not, then you need to go.
Yes.
Today?
No, it's driving, not flying.
Driving?
Yes.
Oh my God, Abel, that would be funny. Can you imagine how the lap would melt down if he did that?
They give him this paper by the fact that he lives in Virginia. He has, when he gets to Virginia, he has to go to a check-in ICE, and they're gonna give him
Steven.
the next appointment.
Okay. He stole someone's shoes.
They don't give him any appointment for that.
But the paperwork is
that actually annoys me about some of these immigrants who've been here like 30, 40 years and they still didn't learn English. It's like, are you serious? It's not that hard.
To check in with the ICE.
Like my grandparents learned it. Bruh, she needs to put them toes away. Whoever told her those shoes look good on her, they lied. They should not be hanging over your shoe. And we can put one on the baby too. That'd be funny. I believe they are. I've been following that.
And
that story about it.
They would be allowed to stay in the United States.
Let me check on that for you to see where they're at right now.
To detain and deport them. Father, we pray that you would expose the indignity of making people wear shackles. We pray that this would remind people of times when your people have been enslaved and have cried out for freedom and have needed you. And Father, we beg for their safety. Please. Father, we also pray for the nation of Haiti. And Father, we ask for peace. We ask for healing. We ask for leaders who are committed to justice and to righteousness. Father, we also ask that you would overthrow evil systems.
I think they're probably going there tomorrow. It doesn't show
and of xenophobia
and anything. I see a lot of people talking about it.
Father, these are evil in every way, and we ask for their complete defeat.
But it doesn't say exactly what date they're going to drop there.
Where evil has been vanquished and where these expressions of hate no longer exist.
By a rabbi in 1846, so here we are once again.
Yes.
Master of the universe, who extends peace like a river, and like a rapid stream, the glory of nations.
You better be on
Look
X.
down from your holy dwelling and bless this land.
I'm very excited to see the bikers there. I ain't gonna lie.
Let not violence be heard in this land, nor devastation, nor destruction. but you shall call its walls salvation and its gates praise. Ordain blessings on our leaders, teach them the good way where they should walk, so as to judge the entire people rightly.
Yeah.
The entire nation justly.
In case you're wondering, they are headed to Dearborn, Michigan, and they're supposed to be there tomorrow, it says. So that's what I'm showing. It's from Chicago Ray that had announced that's where they're heading to. So a lot of them are already, I guess some of them had to leave early depending on the state they're coming from. Going all the way to Dearborn, they're already headed that way. I really, really hope they go, because imagine those people's reaction to seeing all those bikers. Like, I personally think bikers rock. That's just my thought.
And all will see it and delight themselves from the abundance of peace. Grant peace, goodness, and a blessing on all
that
the
could get
inhabitants
spicy.
of
Yeah,
the land.
definitely, Steve.
And I'll add immigrants or not, that we may lie down with none to make us afraid. Remove from us every illness and affliction. Guide
I'll
us
look that up
always,
for you
satisfy
guys.
our soul in times of
Let's
drought.
see.
Give strength to our bones. And we shall be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters do not fall. Let
That's
America go
shenanigans
from
on this
strength
lady.
to strength. May this be your will, and let us say, Amen.
A large number of the Psalms are imprecatory prayers. Imprecatory prayers are prayers where we call for justice. We call on judgment. I was staying at a monastery a week or so ago, and they had some guidelines for praying imprecatory prayers. So I'd like to pray one for us now. Father, we come to you asking you to defeat evil.
It's like, no thanks. I'm good with them, being kicked out. I'm okay with that. They've been here way too long. We shouldn't have even extended it the first time. I'm looking up that video that you're talking about, short and sweet, to see if we can bring it up so we can show it. So you have a cousin from Salvador here, 25 years, had kids and no English to this day. I'm telling you, like, my grandparents came here legally way, way back in the day. And the first thing my grandparents always taught us is that if you're at home, it's fine for you to speak whatever language you want. But that when you go out in public or you're in someone else's country, you go to the stores, yada, yada, you speak the language of that country. So she made sure that we all learned English. Even though I was born here, she still told us the same thing. You respect the land that you're in. So all of us learned English. None of us learned Spanish. I didn't learn it till I was way older, because all we spoke was English. But that's how we were taught, was that you respect the culture and the language of the country you're in. And that's how I grew up. So I thought everybody did that. I didn't know that not all people were taught that, or, some people were still just speaking one type of language. That's, to me, is just insane, because then, I don't know, man. I just don't like it. Something about it on X. Well, I did see it on X, and it was some other biker dudes that were talking about it, about the it coming to Dearborn, Michigan tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. It didn't give a time; it just gave a date. So I don't know if it's gonna happen in the morning or if it's just midday kind of thing. We'll definitely keep an eye on it. I'm pretty sure if it's in the morning, Arturo is probably gonna cover it. And maybe Iron Infantry, they'll probably cover it as well, more than likely unfiltered. So they'll definitely probably have it. I'll probably just talk about it based off of whatever articles come out. If there's still live footage going on of that day, I'll probably have it showing on my channel towards the end of the night. Yeah, it's Michigan. It's okay. I thought the same thing, Steven. I looked up Minnesota. I was like, wait, no, it's Michigan. So trust me, I did the exact same thing. So this one is about the anti-flock protesters booing and heckling flock representatives at Columbus City Hall. And this was on the 10th. Exactly, Abel. So did my grandparents.
I think Councilwoman Green sort of spoke to this in her comments around audits. And within
Exactly, Tone. That's how my family was.
we thought it was important to create create a tool that would,
like I said, we learned English, and my grandparents did speak Spanish, but they would always tell us, respond to us in English, because they wanted to make sure that we still knew how to do that. They kind of put Spanish as a second thing, which is probably why I didn't learn it until I was older, because I just talked English all the time. I understood, but I just didn't speak it. Not until I got older. I ain't gonna lie, I learned it from all like the Daddy Yankee songs and stuff like that. Those Spanish songs, it helped helped me realize how to say stuff. The Mexicans now can't talk. That's true. That's true. Yep, Tone. That's how I was too. I'm looking for that video though.
For how that particular camera is being used. So if a community does not want LPR data being used for specific offense types, then PD can say, hey, we're not using LPR data for these specific offense types.
Okay, I think I found it, so we can watch it next, guys.
This week, actually. So I just wanted to ensure that we had a conversation around the guardrails that we started to put in place. I would say starting last year, which we saw in the audit from CPD as well. And these guardrails will continue. This is not something that...
I don't know, how you guys feel about flock cameras?
These sorts of conversations, these tough conversations that we're having.
Yeah, I have that one, short and sweet. I found it. Well, I found like a 2-minute video of it, so hopefully it gives us the premise of what you're saying. Don't mind me, guys. I'm in shorts right now. That's why you can see my leg.
Community members across the country around ways that we can improve these systems. And we hope that we can continue to do that here. Thank you.
You have set up a system, and your system, it is your company's philosophy that your system is a system that is available, that whoever wants to use it can use it in the manner in which they care for. Would you say that is correct?
I would say that is correct.
So if in Texas they're saying we will use the system to track people if you have an abortion because people
they can be helpful in certain situations.
You're not you.
Okay, cool, cool. We'll put it on next, short and sweet.
That is lawful for them, correct?
We don't have a stance on that.
I feel you.
Is because I am, what I understand to be true, so we can call a spade, is that you have a system that you were saying, if
she looks so angry with her brows, bro.
You use the system for whatever is lawful for wherever you
She
are,
has those
right?
eyebrows.
But understanding, if we're thinking about policies and policies that we're putting in place, what would dictate and why would you want to put those policies in place for who? Because if you're not taking a stand anywhere, then is it because in, you know, maybe Columbus or some other places, we want these set of regulations, and maybe over here, they want these set of regulations? Because I think, I just want to be clear, because to the point that council member is making, right? Unless it's lawmakers who are putting it in to disrupt the system to allow for equity and for allow for justice, like, what benefit do you have if you've just created something that you're like, here, y'all can use it however you want?
I think
honestly, can I tell you something really funny, short and sweet? They actually did a study that said that Facebook can tell, and I was cracking up when I found this out, but it knows when you go to the bathroom, basically. I was like, no way. And when I researched it, I'm like, oh, they really do know. It's like, that's insane. Like, I don't take my phone to the bathroom, but still, I'm like, I could just imagine all the tracking it does. Like, even with your stuff that you have at home. So anything that you have that's like connected to the internet, like, you know, like your Samsung TVs, your Google Nest, all these things are constantly recording you. Your phone's constantly recording you. And it does get a little creepy, because there's times where I'll go through a store and I'll be like, oh, this looks nice. And I'll be looking at something, and all of a sudden it pops up on my feed, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I didn't even like search it. Like, why is it there? but it's because everything's constantly monitoring you, constantly listening, which is like no shock, you know, like we should already know that we're already living in that type of world, that we're always going to be monitored no matter what. But I do agree that we shouldn't, if they use it for like, okay, they're using it to stop crimes, you know, stuff like that, I'm okay with that. But once they cross that line where like what they happened to some other guy, which is why there's such an uproar about this, was that they were flagging people's cars. And even though the cars were off by one number, they still went to the guy's house and was like, hey, we got a warrant for your arrest because you, like, I don't know, we're speeding or whatever. And the guy's like, I wasn't speeding that day. They're like, well, we have your car on camera. And he had to show them, and he had to fight it to show like that wasn't his car because the plate number was different by one number. So it could kind of get a little tricky there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that you should be caught for doing something and saying like, oh, you committed this crime, but you don't have real actual proof to prove that, you know? Like they have somewhat of proof, but not factual proof. So I think that's where we're kind of going into that gray area where you kind of want to be a little on the fence about stuff.
I do think the different levels of sharing is where that's
Jabba the Hutt.
Right?
That's a good one.
The national lookup system, when you look at statewide sharing.
Right? I agree.
In addition to that, within that 121 agreement, we're in the process of creating an MOU process.
I'm telling you, if we get to that point, like the way it is in Europe, where they're coming to my house because of the naughty words I posted on X, yeah, I'll probably move down by the river, live in the Appalachian Mountains. Good luck finding me.
Or you want to be specific in the language to say reproductive health, immigration.
That's true, short and sweet. I agree. Hopefully they can, and I'm pretty sure they can. It's just going to take some time, you know. With anything, you know, you have to kind of go through all the bugs, but I don't think that if they know it's buggy like that, I don't think they should automatically assume people are guilty when it's like lacking, you know, when you know it's faulty.
Again, it just brings me back to the point of if it's open for people to use it, how they can use it.
See, now that's all I see.
You're putting in those guardrails.
That's all I see, Black Smoke. Is now I see her as Jabba the Hutt.
You're seeing a problem in how some people want to essentially.
That's so funny though.
The data and information that people can get. I guess my other question is it like cell phone companies, right? Where cell phone companies need to get a warrant to get the data from my system. Are you as guarded with your data in that, or is that regulated? Or could an entity come and compel that data from Flock?
We don't sell data. We use AWS Cloud, similar to Verizon and others. So that's where the data is housed. We don't own the data. The data is owned by the city.
That's even worse. I don't want the city to have my data.
Certainly do things to make us safer without sacrificing all of the rights that make America what it is. And it seems to me that if somebody in Ohio can have their license plate plucked out by somebody in New Mexico for reasons unbeknownst to anybody, then we have a serious problem. And if you saw what happened in Reynoldsburg, one of those cops
I agree. I think so, Dante.
Had to resign because he was keeping an eye on his ex-girlfriend using the flock cameras. So clearly, if there aren't some guardrails in place, this is dangerous technology.
Yep.
What is the danger here with the crossover to ICE and immigration? What is the danger here with the crossover to ICE and immigration?
Well, you know, the city said that they weren't going to allow ICE to have access.
Yeah, right.
And
okay.
The audit shows that they.
I'm okay with ICE having that.
I believe 15,000 times. So, Columbus police are not the federal government, and they should not be doing the federal government's job for it.
Like, I'm on the fence, man.
The most dangerous thing about Flock is that we don't know where it's being used.
They're taking more and more of our rights. They're taking more and more of our rights.
They can be accessed by basically anyone around the country, and we've already seen the city of Columbus be untruthful.
I feel like it's a yes and no thing, Stephen. Like, I do feel like we are kind of heading that way. And sometimes I'd be thinking, because, you know, I love conspiracies, guys. But sometimes I'd be thinking, like, are they like trying to prepare us for like China to overrule us? Because China has like one of the most strictest like Big Brother kind of deal going on, and it like the way they do everything is insane. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. You can't force me to love fruitcake.
About what they were going to do with the cameras, and we've had the problems in Reynoldsburg where 2 cops had to resign for accessing them improperly. So I think we need to get a handle on this, because this is just another chipping away at our rights, and people are becoming desensitized to it. So we're out here hopefully to get the city of Columbus to see the error of their ways and do like Dayton did and cover up,
double-edged sword,
dismantle, and hopefully cancel their contracts with Flock.
Exactly, Tone. Exactly. We don't, Abel. I think if we were, it would probably be something that we feel 100% against.
Across the country, what we're building here is nationwide surveillance, and that screams Big Brother. And we've been going down this road really since after 9/11, and I think that people have just become immune to it. And with everything else that's happening in the country right now, I think people are waking up to the dangers of some of these things, and so hopefully we can put a stop to it before the train leaves the station.
What in the world? Good. Yeah, they do. They definitely sound like lefties. I agree. Private entities shouldn't have access to that. Oh yeah, Dante. Their stuff is crazy and definitely
it's not tolerable for any of us.
Impressive
in
that
type
aspect.
of misuse, especially from law enforcement. So we're going to make sure that people are held accountable, that there are guardrails put into place, so that if something like that were to happen again, then it'd get caught. And certainly
I would want to know what type of guardrails.
Again, I think everything's on the table. It'd be, kind of short-sighted for me to say that that's not on the table. I'm just one of 9, though. And so this is an opportunity for myself and all of our colleagues to learn exactly what's happened and what is in place to make sure that those things don't happen again. Again, I think a lot would be
I would say so. Well, I don't know about everybody else, but I definitely am having fun.
Feel the comfort level, and then
we have a good video coming up next
amongst ourselves and see what's next.
But the flat cameras back in the old days, not that long ago,
well,
the cops used
just
to
answering questions,
license
that sort of
plates
thing,
to headquarters and come back with all kinds of.
We've not.
Oh yeah.
Gotten together. And
I have like a family member that's a cop, so from back in the day, so I know what they did.
At this point, I mean, I hear all sides.
Then you also have those shady
know
cops.
That it's helped to solve crimes, murders, and find missing people.
But I feel like back in the day, they were more gangster than they are now.
I also don't like people looking up spouses and using it for immigration purposes. That's not something that holds our values
I think
on
weren't they
council.
saying that Alba chick might be one of them that
I don't
is
really
in the running?
have a lot of concerns, because I think a lot of the things that were problems in the past have been addressed by the division. But again, I want to hear them say that tonight and share that with the community and evaluate it after that.
Do you feel like time is of the essence?
I get what you mean, short and sweet. I know Obama had passed a law, I think it was in Chicago, on New Year's, saying that they would arrest you first. So it was that whole, you were guilty and you had to prove you were innocent kind of deal.
So it's not just us.
And they can hold you as long as they wanted to, which is bullcrap, but whatever.
The cameras are out there. I got to make sure I say that right. These are not just our cameras that are in our community today. So we really want to get the reporting out.
No, and that's what I was saying to him, that we have all these devices here that constantly monitor us and do facial recognition. You have people that go to work in like several type of government jobs, you know, like call centers and stuff like that, where they have to get fingerprints, facial recognition, eyes, like the retinas, palm prints. So they have all your stuff if they really want to get in the nitty gritty about everything.
I understand the concern of residents. I myself make sure that I am holding our officers accountable, and if there is issues, that is what our job is, to ensure that we're doing everything possible
let me
to
see.
make sure that is dealt with and addressed. I'm going to the charges, the crimes. Let's talk about missing persons. On May 11th and June 11th of 2026, FLOC was utilized to locate 2 different elderly missing individuals. In May, a missing 88-year-old with dementia was located in London, Ohio. And in June, a missing 70-year-old with dementia was located in Dublin, Ohio. Each had a silver alert, and FLOC was used to locate the vehicles, enabling their safe recovery. These are just a few examples of how valuable FLOC has been in helping our investigators solve crime and bring answers and closures to families from their victims.
Oh yeah, the AI data centers.
Policies, oversight, accountability.
It was Scott Jennings. That would be crazy if it was. I know his name was being floated. Harry Lake's name was being floated, as well as the Alba chick's name was being floated. I don't think they have said just yet who was officially picked.
And having done absolutely nothing to warrant government scrutiny, apparently here in Columbus, simply traveling throughout our city is enough to justify surveillance. You all spoke at length today about trusting the safeguards surrounding this technology, while willfully ignoring the growing list of examples showing exactly why we shouldn't. That includes the confusion during your own testimony today over who can even access these cameras. Dayton suspended its ALPR program after its safeguards failed. Reynoldsburg just lost multiple officers because they ignored safeguards. Do a quick Google search to find repeated violations.
So as of a day ago, he hasn't picked just yet.
Don't pretend our concerns are hypothetical.
I'm looking to see if there's anything like today.
I have experience that gives me even less confidence. Well ahead of this meeting, I submitted a public records request seeking information associated with my own license plate. A month has passed now, and I still don't know whether the city will even provide me with those records, let alone when they happen.
They do.
Hell, for as evil as Meta.
Did you see that thing that they were talking about? Like when you go to Walmart and you're looking at an item and it automatically switches the price, where it'll be like a higher price or a lower price. That is what trips me out, because I didn't even know that was a thing until I heard about that. But they do. They track everything you're doing. They know exactly what you're buying, how much you're buying, how often you buy all this stuff, based off of all your records, whether it's using like Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, credit cards, debit cards. You know, I think the only way they wouldn't really be able to check you if you're using cash. But then again, if you're going through these checkouts where you do self-checkout, bam, they already have you there, you know? So either way, you're being tracked.
Twitter are, even they can provide users with access to their data within a reasonable time frame. Think about that imbalance for a second. Your system can collect and catalog my movements.
All right, Tone, thanks for hanging out with me. You have a great night.
In seconds. But apparently, when I asked that system whether that system has been used to search me, the city can.
From what I see here,
can't or will not give me an answer
from today,
that should terrify every person.
It literally says that the next Trump press secretary prediction market they're saying that they think that it might be Anna Kelly or Alina Habba who lead the board right now. So that's what the prediction market is thinking.
City police and FLOC officials may argue that our rights don't prevent us from being reported in
That's
public.
also a cow sheep who's predicting that. Scott Jennings is only 15%. Anna Kelly is at 27, and Haba is at 36.
Connect enough dots and you don't just have our license plates. You have patterns of our lives, where we worship, where we receive our medical care, who we visit, whether we attend certain political functions. History has shown us what happens when governments start maintaining lists about where people go and who they associate and what communities they belong to. And somehow, this went even a step worse. The city doesn't even control their own surveillance infrastructure. It's operated through a private company with its own corporate interests.
Yeah, she was pretty dope.
If anyone in this council genuinely believes that this kind of level of surveillance is harmless, I will stay after this meeting with you tonight and exchange my contact information, because I will personally see to it that I pay out of pocket for an ALPR camera outside of your own residence for your own safety.
Okay, guys. We're gonna move on. They're basically saying like, we're gonna do this A, B, and C, but nothing's ever really gonna be done. They're not gonna be able to change this, because if the government literally wants to openly spy on us, they will. And there's not much anybody can do about it. You can protest all you want to your heart's content, but more than likely they're not going to do anything to stop that. You hope they track you when 40 taking nature call behind the oak tree. That's funny. So this is the thing that you guys were asking about. So this is Dick Lamb, how to destroy a nation. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. This is a video that was being suggested.
I would like to share with you my plan to destroy America. Number one, I'd make it a bilingual, bicultural country. History shows us that no bilingual, bicultural country lives at peace with itself. There's not one, I believe, that doesn't exist with an incredible amount of tension and conflict, if not civil war. My second part of my plan would be to invent something called multiculturalism. This would be two parts. Number one, I would say that all cultures are created equal. It would make no difference and make it impossible to talk about such things as culture. And the second one is that I would really try very hard to make people continue their cultural identity. My third part of my plan would be to make the fastest growing demographic group in that country the least educated. I would add a second underclass to the first underclass, unassimilated, undereducated, antagonistic, and then I'd have 50% of them drop out of school, not graduate from high school. The fourth part of my plan would be to get the big foundations to fund, and big business to fund these efforts with lots of money. I would invest in ethnic identity and victimology. I would get them to think about their lack of success was only the fault of the majority.
Jeez.
The fifth part of my plan is I would develop dual citizenship. I would promise people actually divided loyalties. The sixth part, and this is important, I would place all of these subjects off limits. I would make it taboo to talk about, actually, or criticize this whole thing. I would make it come up with a word like heretic used to be 200 years ago. Let's say we'd call it racist. And I would try to accuse anybody of this that would object to my ideas. My seventh part, then, I would make it impossible to enforce our immigration laws. I would develop a mantra, let's call it this, that because immigration has been good in the past,
America runs on
it will
immigration
to be good in the future.
That's crazy. I actually like watching a lot of things like this because, for example, when I was looking at stuff about the color revolution or how many like steps are we away from like a civil war or World War III, and it's weird when you're watching and reading about this stuff to see that you're hitting some of these points, which is insane. So seeing that, that's pretty crazy because it's kind of like what we're going through now. Right? That's what I was saying, Dante. A lot of this is what we're going through right now, which is insane, guys. But we're going to leave it here tonight, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really missed all you guys. You guys are so much fun to hang out with. So I will be on again tomorrow. Same time, same bad channel. You guys have a great night. And I don't know. Have like lots of positive energy coming out to you guys. Good night.